The truth about Waltzing Matilda. I'll tell you a tale to make you go pale, to bother, bewitch and bewilder, a story so bold that has to be told. The truth about Waltzing Matilda. Forget what you've heard, for every word is false, just a big misconception, as Patterson's verse, for better or worse, was penned as a means of deception. You all know the song of that billabong, the swaggy, and how he departed by taking a swim, the last one for him, for that's how the legend was started. But now lend an ear, I'll tell you right here, with hand on my heart and conviction, that you've been misled, for all that's been said is nonsense, just fanciful fiction. Realities are much darker by far, and secrets are often revealing, but now comes the day when someone must say what history's page is concealing. A long time ago, a sad tale of woe unfolded at Dagworth Bush Station, where it all began with one love-struck man and ended in great consternation. The squatter's young son, named Billy, had won the heart of Matilda, a beauty, a bright shining pearl, a wheat farmer's girl, who pledged her devotion and duty. But many a slip, quick twixt cup and the lip, turns fairy tales into disaster. So much that we do heads off somewhere new, in ways that we simply can't master. The night they were wed, well watered and fed, they went for a post-nuptial wander, to seal with a kiss connubial bliss at Billabong side, way down yonder. Their spirits were high, they strolled neath a sky ablaze with the stars in their glory. She rosy and fair, and he debonair, two lovers beginning life's story. A coolabah tree, a nice place to be, provided a place for reclining, and there they reposed, and very soon dozed, quite weary from whining and dining. So, strange as it seems, they drifted in dreams, both floating on clouds of illusion, until the spell broke, when Billy awoke and suffered a fateful delusion. He saw in the night his bride clothed in white, a vision in that tranquil setting. Inspired by romance, he asked her to dance, and soon they were both pirouetting. Around and around they whirled to the sound of happy rejoicing and laughter, but sadly to say, it all went astray in ways that would echo thereafter. Imagine the scene. A lass of 18, a newly wed damsel just waking, to see her dear beau, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, was something that set her heart quaking. She screamed in surprise at what met her eyes, a sight that was hardly endearing. He held in his arms, entrapped by its charms, a jumbuck in dire need of shearing. Her scream pierced the air and gave him a scare. He recognised what he was doing and saw at a glance there wasn't a chance of dodging the scandal ensuing. While she was asleep, he'd waltzed with a sheep, and that surely meant he had lost her. He'd strayed from her side, abandoned his bride, and danced with an ovine impostor. But that wasn't all. As he heard a call, his father was standing there gaping with some of the boys who'd heard all the noise. He hadn't a hope of escaping. Then to his dismay his wife backed away. The sight of his loved one recoiling just addled his brain. He went quite insane. It seemed poor young Billy was boiling. That unhappy man surrendered and ran away from the wheat farmer's daughter, who broke down and cried as her Billy died, engulfed by the dark, murky water. The squatter, aghast, then buried the past by turning his hand to invention. A swaggy turned ghost, the billabong's host, and troopers out seeking detention. The banjo arrived. The squatter contrived to add to his epic creation. The ghost could now sing, a wonderful thing that haunts us through each generation. But don't go away, there's more left to say. This story has one final turning. Matilda, poor dear, shed many a tear and faded away with her yearning. It has to be said, to honour the dead, that dance with the sheep surely killed her. So now you will know this saga of woe, the truth about Waltzing Matilda.